Second time I've done that,
You have volume.
thinking it can go through.
Mm.
And it's like, no, there's a word there. With the crunchy part.
Oh, so you got to keep the granola from getting.
Well, I got it.
soggy.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
More digestion. I look at this reading. Is everyone's box working good?
Oh.
So to do a question, was able to get in and see everything that, well, there was one item in there that was like an HTML. And I couldn't, it's,
Amy asked me to add
Yeah.
a link to Box, and I was like, I've never uploaded a link before, so I don't.
there, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, and I asked her, I was like, let me know if that doesn't look right to you in Box, and like, I can just literally download. Because the link is basically to her Google Drive, and it's like a couple folders on like the ASWB info. So I can actually, might be better if I just email it to you guys.
Okay, so then being new, still and understanding the committee parts. So when in Box and going in and looking, like for instance, okay, go into executive session. So if I'm going to try to pre-read a little bit what they're working on so that I'm prepared when we get to that spot,
Yes.
do I see what they are looking at? Or am I not in that? What's the organizational structure so that I know? Well,
So I think
trying to read everything, but then I'll just say real quick. I think to me, they have 2 cases and that's it. I looked in there, it looked like they had a longer list than 2 cases.
so maybe they only have the 2 cases are probably for discussion.
Yeah.
Like some of them are ones that they think might be discussion items, and then other ones are not.
Yeah, there's 2 in the discussion folder and 7 in the non-discussion folder.
But I am not 100% sure.
So just trying to think of for myself prepping, because I know for our time, I'm able to know what it is that we're working on. But at the same time, I just want to make sure I'm looking at the right place and reading the right, associating things the correct way.
I believe the discussion cases are the ones that they want you to look at, but we should confirm with Mindy. I think the expectation is that you can definitely look at the non-discussion cases too, because during executive session, they'll ask if you guys have any questions or things you want to talk about with those cases, or like, because they'll basically say the CPC's recommendation is to close or dismiss or whatever. And then if you guys want to talk about it more, you can. But I think the idea is that the non-discussion cases are kind of like cut and dry, easy ones that didn't have much gray area, and the CPC feels pretty confident that these ones should for sure be closed or dismissed or whichever motion they choose to do. But you're certainly welcome to look at all of them, but you are not expected to read through every one of the non-discussion cases.
So just, yeah, at some point, I just think it might be.
Mindy will have clearer direction for you.
Yeah, so how the structure within Box to know what in Box, not just what's here.
Right. Okay.
What's the crosswalk? So I know what I'm looking at and when. And so then actually in the meeting as well, what should I bring up on the screen? So when we're looking here, at some point, it would just be nice, just a little orientation like that would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were talking about out there while we were getting the.
That's a good idea.
So now I gotta find our item. No, I'm not finding ours. There it is.
I don't suppose you killed trees today.
I printed some, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to make sure you guys, like, if you have access to Box, then
Mm-hmm.
I printed the agendas, so that's just helpful to have.
You didn't print anything?
You guys can open everything in box, right?
Yeah, I can open everything.
Did
I'm not gonna ask you to kill trees, but if you had, I would love them.
I started, and so I can bring in the ones that I did print. But like one of them had like 173.
Oh my gosh.
Pages because they put the slides every time. Like,
yeah.
but the slides show the content, you know? So it's like you kind of need them, but also like
Don't need a printable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I can go grab the ones that I printed. I'll be right.
Okay.
I'm looking at the screen.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Do you want to start with
which one do you do? I'm
the shorter page?
licensing.
Yeah.
Can't find where I'm looking, where I'm at on inbox, so give me
Yeah.
just a moment.
And they're labeled like LE number 1.
Oh, there we go.
Number 2. Yeah.
Now I see it. I see some of the methodology here. Perfect. Thank you.
See requests. Huh. Yeah, I used to print them out because Patty would typically not have. He would have like his phone. So it's like, oh, he needed something a little bigger than that.
Mm-hmm.
We were starting on the LE side.
Okay. Perfect. Short one.
What I'm not sure on Cheryl,
Mhm.
talked about in her note about getting the master's at 55. Then it's been 10 years of practice since then. Or it's what I'm trying to think of is I see the
How old?
I see the illness and I'm seeing the age. Yeah.
Mhm.
To get a sense of
So, did you want me to pull up her data in the system, or what were we wanting to look at?
these are all still new to me.
Yeah.
So in this case, there's a medical request. To me, there's potentially two parts here: medical request and age request
Yes.
blended in this one. And I can't, by the date, the information that's least on the 2 pages and the looking at myself, I can't resolve the age side to know what that is.
So for
I got to take on faith the medical.
Cheryl, date of birth is 1955.
55.
Yes.
In their 70s. I mean, I would say approve the semi-retired.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that's simple.
Yeah.
There's a medical and a age, and are those two appropriate things?
Yeah, we have, I'm just gonna put a note in the chat that we're in committees now, but they're welcome to stay, but the full board will start at 11.
Do we have to describe the justification?
You don't have to. You can just say you approved it. And I will say just from like for historical reference, the reasons for her requests are like, that's usually the reason for semi-retired requests.
Let's say medical and age, which is
Usually
listed in the rule.
age for sure, like most of the time it's people who's gotten to the field late and,
Yeah.
but sometimes there's also a medical component, but it's usually,
Right.
they're just like, I'm in my
It's
seventies.
time, yeah.
I don't want to not practice. They don't want to like go inactive. They still want the
Yeah.
option of practicing. So this is the perfect
Like driver license.
option for them.
I give up driver license even though they should be done.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Cheryl. Okay, number 2 is Joelle. Um,
Oh yeah, that was super concern.
even on this, I'm still reading this supervisor concerns thing in the report. How many case files did you review with the CSWA? It says 503.
Yeah, at first I didn't turn my camera off and I was like, ooh.
Especially when you have it at an angle.
Yes. It's like, no.
That's so there's stuff in the PDF that goes beyond that doesn't show.
Yeah.
It doesn't show.
Right.
Yeah.
So
It's like scroll in the field.
My question.
Yeah.
the open
the
box.
answer,
open
right?
box
The concerns. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a problem with the current form. And I think that's why they decided to submit this like supplemental letter.
Mhm.
Uh, I followed up with Wendy not Noel, Cassie to see if we had reached out to the CSWA for their input, and they're both off. So I don't have an answer for that yet, but we can certainly, if we haven't already, reach out to the CSWA for any comments they would like to submit.
Why would this case come here versus the other room? Given that one of the potential answers to this is related to the person's ability to practice.
We typically bring supervisor concerns to the licensing and exam committee first.
I'm not doubting, I'm just,
No, I know you want to know the process. So, because a supervisor hasn't submitted a formal complaint, it doesn't go to CPC yet, but like after you guys review this, if you think it rises to that level of concern, the board has the option of just opening a case, or we can, reach back out to the supervisor and say, the board reviewed your concerns and we recommend that you submit a formal complaint. And then it would go through CPC or compliance and then CPC that way. But the board does have the authority to open investigations without receiving a complaint.
The delegation of authority between the two groups. I'm still trying to learn where the lines are. Just
Yeah, this
Case
one's,
that helps
this one's kind of on the line.
Yeah.
I mean, she does have several different concerns.
at least from the, like, from the letter, it's more than, it's not a one-off situation, and it's multiple types. It's not just a repeated particular situation where someone,
And the fact that they specifically stated the clients may be experiencing.
yeah, it's not really good. Sitting on the physical therapy licensing board, this would have gone in, at least to have gone in and been a formal review case. There's enough evidence here that
I'm kind of surprised now that Wendy gave this to me for this committee, because,
Yeah, I mean, this definitely needs to go to them
yeah,
because she is actively harming clients based on this report. This makes me wonder though, since she's a CSWA, how does the supervisor, I guess like, does the supervisor get in trouble, or like, I'm curious about like how that works since.
no, the supervisor, there wouldn't be any repercussions for them. I mean, they're bringing this to our attention, and
Yeah.
I think the only way a supervisor could potentially get in trouble is if they like knew about these things and didn't say anything. So the supervisor did exactly what they're supposed to do, but I am kind of surprised that like a complaint wasn't actually just submitted, but
Mhm.
it's possible they did submit one as well. So we'll find out. But so it sounds like the consensus for this one is to forward the supervisor concerns to compliance.
Yeah.
and also things that this committee looks at are not behind the veil related to confidentiality. So all of this is now in the public sphere.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that is right.
That is also one that's like, I prefer to err on behind the screen if there's ever any particular case of other consequences or whatever that might happen.
Yeah, that's a good point.
When you're dealing with potential disciplinary type items, yeah. Praise the
good news
public
is
admonish private.
for the supervisor concern, the name is the supervisor. It's not the CSWA.
Yeah, I made put that in the title.
Yeah. But then I'm also wondering, so has the board ever taken like a CSWA's license away and been like, you have caused so much harm in even being a CSWA that we are not going to let you be an LCSW, like train stops here?
Honestly, I have not seen that.
Hmm.
So there's been CSWAs that the supervisors have concerns about,
Mhm.
but I haven't seen it rise to the level of you can't get licensed. Like there may have been one in like the last 10 years or something.
Mhm.
Mindy would know for sure.
Mm,
But it's super rare. I mean,
yeah.
there's folks that have concerns, and like you guys will see those, and a lot of the times it's documenting concern, like the supervisor has concerns about documentation, or they just
Mhm.
think they're like unprofessional in general, but like it's usually not to the point of like potential client harm.
Yeah.
But a lot, I mean, there could be more of those that I'm just not fully aware of, because
Mhm.
in those cases, I'm assuming someone
It
would
would
just
be-
submit a complaint and it
yeah.
would just bypass licensing altogether. So I'm
Yeah.
not really sure why. Mindy wanted you guys to see this one, but I agree. It should have. That's why she just didn't give it to Mindy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing that strikes me the most is that the supervisor like repeated in all the help this person is getting, and like, yeah, this how the supervisor claims like lack of accountability
Mhm.
and documented like client complaints and all that stuff. I'm like, how could you possibly let this person become licensed to work independently without, yeah, when they are supervised and supported by an organization and like still are not rising to the
Mhm.
occasion.
Well, there's foundational issues.
Yeah,
Like, so when you go solo, if you're built on sand and not on stone, you're
yeah. And this even makes me think of the alternate pathways to licensure question. And people, one of the big concerns was like it ruining the profession and like the test maintaining like a standard level minimum of like compliance or like competency. And I'm like, this CSWA could be really good at taking tests and like have all these complaints and all this stuff pass the test. And it's like, okay, good luck. Hope you don't harm people, even though you've like documented that. So
Yeah.
it just makes me think about that too. Okay. So forward to compliance. Okay. 3. Oh, but I think this is LE3.
So that is it's a draft document that Wendy wanted you guys to look at. It's so basically for supervisor requirements, they have to take an exam on our rules and laws.
Yeah.
And we have been like talking about having a different rules and laws exam that's just geared towards supervision and supervisor requirements for supervisors to take. And so she drafted up an exam because it would be really helpful if our supervisors actually knew what they were supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
If it was specific to
Yes.
what they are doing as a supervisor, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And so this is really just for like discussion and input. Like it's not nowhere near like ready to be used yet, but like you as a CSWA, I was thinking you might have like some better questions to ask or just edits to it in general.
so is this this item I need to do and give feedback today item?
No, it's literally just for discussion and like input. Like it's you guys won't be approving or doing anything with it.
What I was thinking about is that for me, pin this over on the side and go over to the cases because we could spend the rest of the morning on all of this and not
That's true. Yeah,
not
we
get
can
the other
move over to CE stuff.
the CE stuff
Sure.
taken care of. So that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah, because it is pretty lengthy.
because I'm gonna have a lot of questions because this just
I like that you have questions.
Yeah.
Please ask them. Don't ever feel like you're like, yeah.
sorry, but
No, you have excellent questions. So
Where did all of the cases go?
the CE, they're all in the same folder.
they're
They're just
organized by.
if you click name at the top.
I'm going by
Oh,
the
you're-
tip you gave me, the CE.
Yeah, I was literally just there and now I cannot find where.
Oh, it's in motionless.
Agendas?
No,
Motionless.
down. That's where they go.
Oh, wait.
Go.
It's in motionless. For
Motionless,
some reason.
Right.
It needs.
That's why I was asking about the box organization. It's like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looks like
What?
it's in the wrong place. That's why I couldn't find it. I was like, where did it go?
It's in motionless, not in
Yeah.
committees. Motionless, then committees,
That
continuing.
was not where it was uploaded to before. That's so weird. Okay, let me look.
The box goes.
Did I know I had the question earlier? We have an orientation on the structure of box because
It must have got like dragged in there. What in the world? Okay.
and is that let me ask this question. Is that something one of us could have done?
No, it was Mindy. It says yes, it was updated yesterday by Mindy.
Okay, all right. Oh, yes, right. There is a tracking thing, isn't there? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
What the heck, Mindy? That's funny. She must have just clicked and dragged it. I think you can do that in Box. I have not tried that before, but I'm gonna move that back out. That's hilarious. I was like, I know for a fact when I was uploading files, it was not there. Okay.
Okay.
I'm moving it back to the general folder, so it might, I don't know if it'll mess you guys up when you're looking at it. Okay.
I'm in the Alyssa one now, but when I jump out, I'll double check. I know in the CPC, is that right?
CPC, yeah.
Mhm. Consumer.
They've got a reference statute and then in turn any rule underneath for anything that they're choosing to recommend. These two bodies of work do not.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, but there are descriptions of like what counts for things, like that
Yeah.
question last
Yeah,
time we had.
the ratio and all the prorating and all of those types
Yeah, and
of
like
maximum amounts and stuff.
Yeah, and what
But
type of
also like
count.
what counts as CE, like how it has to be relevant to your practice.
Mhm.
And then we had that person about
The little bit, the
a
miscellaneous side.
supervisor
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
a field supervisor, whatever it was.
Right.
And Molly being like, that's not really in the spirit. And I was like, yeah, but the rule says that
Yes.
it pertains to her work.
I appreciate the cover page. For the neophyte, cover page giving an indication that's very helpful. But then knowing what's the rule reference or what's the statute reference.
I don't think we have anything in statute about like the board approving CE or anything. It's literally just in rule, but I can definitely include that. That's helpful.
Or in box,
Mhm.
if there's a folder that has the relevant and labeled as such, just don't put OAR 810, but like, eventually I'm gonna know what the numbers are, but right now not, but the descriptor to say, CE OARs.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent idea.
Just a couple of this so that it's a reference inbox. That then just every meeting, it's there and eventually, it's.
Mhm.
I would
More
say
times you work at it.
After a year's worth of meetings, I probably won't need them anymore, but initially it would be helpful just to be able to. Not that I don't trust whoever's working these up. That's not the case.
Right.
It's just I want to do my due diligence, sitting in
Absolutely.
a position of responsibility that I've got. I want to make sure that I'm following statute and rule correctly.
Mhm.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
I mean, to do more, but that may be just a one-time create it. And it just gets copied into the next one.
Yeah, that we can do that for sure.
Thank you. Didn't mean to divert from the conversation, Olivia, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
For me on this one, for Alyssa, there's nothing that jumps out that says no.
Yeah. No.
The part that, let me go back to if I saw 10 somewhere. No, okay, it's all 8. All right. Somewhere for me, if I saw 10 somewhere, if it's all 8 hours. For some clients, this is the space they're comfortable in. This is how they want to have their discussion. So
Yeah.
so this is an approved, right? Just
Yes, for 8 hours.
8 hours? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just writing for myself a description of shorthand of like what it was so that I can remember if they ask about it.
So we should probably tie that first. Are you okay?
Like-
Are you okay being representing the report out for these?
Sure, yeah.
Thank
I
you.
just wrote helps to work with clients in Southern Oregon and the impact on wildfires, on mental health.
Not doubting at all. Just
It seems like you like more information than less, so I'm happy to be with that.
it's. I said at some point in time I may not, but still this is all new.
Yeah.
Oh, I might go, this one was,
Are you looking at Leah Wrights now? Yeah.
Yeah.
That one has all the slides.
I'm looking to see, I have to back up because it jumps.
No need to read through all of them if you feel like you have enough info without them.
Oh, yeah, I read this person's information last night.
CE2, there it is.
I've done with that before, the full board meeting. I had notes.
Oh, very.
Oh, yeah, because the hum and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, sound.
I do like it. Pressure washing so satisfying.
Oh, yeah.
You just take a break and watch them.
I think that for.
I guess for this one.
It's also a little bit of a retro. Because it's outside the window. Right? I think, is that what, if I'm reading this correctly?
Retro or?
Say it again?
So the individual realizes that they didn't give notification in the window they were supposed to.
Oh, so they're asking, yeah, I just have 60 days. The renewal date is the 30th. So they're like, should have submitted this 2 months ago because we meet like every 2 months.
Right,
to
right.
Review it, but
Okay.
Yeah, we'll still accept it. I mean, but yeah, they're gonna be, cutting it close.
yeah. There's a couple in here this month
There
that are
are.
like, I missed the 60-day window. I did not know.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, now you know.
we thought about even increasing it more because occasionally, like in the summertime, like we go even longer than 2 months between meetings. But Amy does have the ability to approve these. The board chair has that authority. So like
Okay.
if it came down to it, if someone was like, I have to renew in August, and we would still be able
They,
to.
they lose like the insurance credential or whatever like that. Because if they're not approved, then they can't do billing.
It actually doesn't impact me.
It doesn't?
Insurance is a separate entity. If they're even billing insurance, they
Right.
could be in private.
Yeah,
pay.
we just
Yeah,
have
private pay.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah, luckily, but it's just, they have to have X amount of CE done to renew. And if they don't have enough, sometimes they actually have to reapply, which is like,
That's a really hard copy.
yeah, we hate that. We hate that.
So we're good on 6.25.
Yeah.
I'm not going out of the folder because I don't want to all of a sudden lose my link. I see them all right here where I'm in right now. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna leave them right here.
That's my logic that I do.
Yeah, it's like, no, don't mess with that. Don't mess with that. This is one of those where the OAR would be nice because they're asking for more
Oh, yeah.
than what
We're
the,
giving
what the
less.
cap is. The cap is, I remember the 10 cap. And then I also remember there's a 3.
Why is it 10? I thought it was 20 was the big number.
So 20 is referencing study groups. So we say 20, but really they can count up to half of their CE, and LCSW do 40, so they can do up to 20. But if it were like an LMSW, they do 30 hours, so it would actually only be 15. But so 10 is in rule, and I can pull that up.
No, just, okay. Just-
I would love the rule.
Yeah, that's part of that that folder.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Okay.
Yeah, there's different numbers that you're starting to remember them, I can tell.
Will you, when you do that too, will you just download the webpage? If it will,
I'm just gonna print it as a PDF and put it in box.
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because links don't seem to be like, I don't know what the deal is with uploading.
So we're building that resource folder and box already.
why not?
And labeling it. So if it's just on
Back to it.
the max for CE 10 or 15 or whatever it is, knowing, so when looking at the file name, then it gives at least a clue.
Yes.
What that is would be helpful. a photo of that sign
Which side?
down toward the bottom of this one, or
The
Hillinen,
like board
the
sign.
chalkboard sign.
Yeah, she titled that one as like example schedule
Yep.
or sample schedule. And I'm like, wait, this looks like you took it outside of a restaurant. It's like today's specials. Yeah.
Mhm. And then the 130 to unblending circles.
Yeah, it makes sense in the context. I don't know what the circles part is, but like internal family systems is like people referring to the different we need to say like a part of me feels this and a part of me feels that. Like IFS really relies on the like parts conversation, and it talks about parts being blended. There's different like types of parts. There's like firefighters or managers, and they all are trying to support your system as a person to be like regulated and healthy and all that stuff. But sometimes parts, they have good intentions, but their methods are destructive. And like if you have like a shame part that comes up a lot because of, you know, something from your childhood, you have like a big like shame narrative. Parts are just, have you seen what is that movie?
Inside out.
Inside Out?
Mhm.
Okay. I think the parts are all like at the little control board.
Okay.
And like they all have little like characters, and you can imagine those little characters. And parts all have information, and you want to use the information from your parts to speak for them, but not from them. You want to speak from self energy.
Okay.
And so when a part is blended, it can, like, instead of leading from Olivia, if I'm like blended with my shame part, I'm going to be leading with shame. And so I might be like lashing out or being really like combative or something like that. So unblending, I don't know, the circle, maybe we're doing it together, but yeah, like unblending parts would be like, how do we have everybody sit down so that they can tell us, give us information, and then from self energy, we can make a decision about how to move forward. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you find it?
Oh yeah, my computer's taking so long to
Okay.
get a PDF, but oh, what's happening?
You connected to the
So this one would be approved 10.
Yeah, I just want to know why it's 10.
because
Probably
It didn't finally.
whatever their status is.
Like
they are
my board meeting folder. That's like
CSW.
the folder.
Yeah.
If they need 20, then the rule allows us to give them credit to max of 10.
They need 40 total
40.
for the 2-year period. And yeah,
There it is.
the study group can be up to half. I'm like, what's the rule about 10? She's asking for 21.
Well, is this considered a study group or is this actual course?
No, this is a course.
Course.
That was just an example of like, here's a cap. Yeah.
Got it.
So I'm like, what's the 10 cap?
Got it. The judge.
So
It's only 10.
verbally, real quick before you have it in box, like the section that talks about CE that's not accredited that can be approved by the board. It's just that no more than 10 hours of continuing education described in this OAR may be credited in a report. I will.
So
I'm gonna
no more
actually-
than 10 from a not already board approved.
So it says a conference, seminar, book, journal article, or workshop that is not provided or approved by a credentialing body recognized and approved by the board may be approved by the board based on the regulated social workers written application. And then like it has info for the written application. And then it says no more than 10 hours of continuing education described in this OAR may be credited in a report. But I'll like highlight that too, if that's helpful.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Let me know when you've got a second. So,
Sure.
so in the handwritten, so it would be page 3 of the PDF, where it's the Blue Spirit Hours and Margaret Conley is certifying. It's saying Michelle Hellenen, MSW, attended. But when I go to the cover sheet, it says Michelle Hellenen, LCSW.
Yeah, you can put both. It's like MSW would be the master's in social work, and then LCSW is the
But does that
license.
change the 20 or 40? Does it change the denominator of this conversation as to which one they are? Okay,
No, she is both at all times. It's just,
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I heard that there's some that have 20 and some that have 40.
So there's some that have 30.
Or
So,
30,
and I can
sorry.
put that's something I'll put in the inbox CE rule references too. But so LMSWs, which are licensed master social workers,
Right.
they're not clinical. They do 30 hours of CE.
Okay.
And then LCSWs, clinical, they do 40. And then the 20 was referring to study groups.
Got it.
So like if an LCSW wants to count study group hours, they can count up to half of their CE, which ends up being 20. But 20 is not in rule. The rule says up to half of their CE requirement.
Right.
It's usually an LCSW who wants to count that because we only have like 330-ish LMSWs and we have, oh my gosh, like I think it's over 7,000 LCSWs.
We are full.
Yeah, so it's most of these CE requests are gonna be from LCSWs. We happen to have one LMSW request. It's number 5.
Right.
Those are rare though.
Okay. Thank you. In that conversation, did you get your question answered?
Sorry. So then,
You were asking a justification for the 10.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay. Sorry.
I was like, wait, did I answer that?
Okay. Are we on to RAM?
Mm-hmm. Yes, for me. Curious why they did the Australia version instead of the US, but
I know. That was interesting. And I almost was gonna be like, this is fine if it's exactly the same. But I'm like, well, it doesn't say it on there, so I better just.
Exchange rates?
yeah, I was like, maybe it was cheaper.
Huh.
Maybe that was one of the free, because PESI, I sign up for their trainings and I take some of them. And some of them will be offered for free and they're like live webinars and stuff. And then you can pay for the CE. So maybe the Australian one was free that day and then you just had to pay for the CE instead of the course and the CE.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this was a paid course. It was purchased today. So we're good on the, was it 6.5?
Yeah.
So if they'd taken the US version, they wouldn't be talking to us at all because that's already one that's on that side that is accredited. Credentialed.
Yeah, and it would have like had that right on the certificate. There would have been no questions asked if they were audited and got checked.
Thank you. The VOTA? So this is the one you said is
There it
was 300 people.
Yeah.
Track it right. They need 30.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, thank you. Oh, I remember this one. Then they're trying to use the website to figure out what to do.
Yeah. This is a yes for me.
Okay. And could this organization, the Alzheimer's Association, could they, I use the wrong words here, but could they get approved?
Yes.
So that then forevermore, anybody taking courses direct and not having to go a special.
Yeah, and that is, I thought about that because I was like, I can't believe they're not on our list, honestly. Like I looked just to double check and they're not. And you will see that we have 2 credentialing body requests in this list. So,
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
or like alternatively, if there is an association or something that you guys know of that you're like, offers like excellent CE that you would never like question if someone took one of their trainings, like you guys also just have the authority to be like, we think this should be approved and added to the board's CE credentialing body list. Like Molly has one. I forget the name of it right now, but she's like, I can't believe this isn't on the list. But,
Yeah.
and so she did recommend like for the future, like the CE committee just taking a look at the list and because the list is really old. Occasionally we get people that want to be added to it, but it's the people who ask to be added to it. It's not like it hasn't been updated by like board review since like ever, since as long as I know.
So like this one has the OAR in there. The,
Oh yeah, I plunked that whole thing in. I think that's something that a lot of people don't even realize we do, so.
it's the one that had the child, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, not very far.
So what happens for this? Like the CE is waived.
Oh, for Jeffrey,
Yeah.
Noah or whatever.
No?
So there's a rule for that too, so we can also reference that. So our rule says, upon timely written request of a regulated social worker made as soon as the regulated social worker is aware of the possible need for a waiver, the board may reduce the number of hours required in this rule in the event that the regulated social worker is unable, due to circumstances beyond the reasonable control of the regulated social worker, to complete the number of hours of continued education required by this division of rules. A reduction authorized by the board would normally reflect the regulated social worker's ability to attend training during the time not affected by the adverse circumstances leading to the request. For instance, a regulated social worker unaffected by the adverse circumstances during the first year of a 2-year reporting period would be expected to obtain 20 hours of credit. And then it has examples of circumstances that may justify a waiver are a circumstance beyond the reasonable control of the regulated social worker makes it impracticable to attend training for an extended time.
Mhm.
The health of the regulated social worker or of another person makes it impracticable to attend training for an extended time.
Mhm.
And that's the end of the waiver section.
So it's just, I guess that's the definition of the word waiver. It's just waived for this reporting period.
Yes.
And then next it'll be 40 hours again.
Correct. Yeah.
This is a 1-year window waiver.
Right.
Okay.
Is it a 1-year window waiver? Because it's two.
I'm asking, that's why I'm
Oh, I
asking.
thought he said it was for, let me see what the timeline was on that.
Because
Saying-
his renewal is July 26, so July 24 would have been
In the window
his
of
window.
It was
And the-
24.
The cancer and the newborn happened December 23.
Late of 23.
Oh, yeah, it's like been beyond that. Yeah,
Exactly.
so you could potentially do all of his hours if you want.
Okay.
But he's a July renewal,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And he still has like ongoing stuff, right?
As of like a month ago,
Yeah.
this kid is cancer free.
Oh my God, poor guy.
Yeah, February 26, completed treatment and is cancer free. I mean, I'm good with the waiver.
Mhm.
Because
But I think we need to make sure we say it's a 2-year window, not a 1-year window.
yeah.
So it's for basically this entire period of July of 31 of 24 through July 31 of 26
Yep.
waiver.
Do you have the history about Holly? sorry. Good afternoon. My name is Holly. I'm writing to formally request that Care Oregon be recognized as a credentialing body. She describes the orders. You may recognize my name from a previous request regarding North Star Psychiatry. I wanted to share that I transitioned roles at the beginning of this year and I'm no longer employed at that agency. I will defer to the board regarding whether that organization should continue its credentialing status. I'm uncertain whether its education program will continue in my absence. I'm enthusiastic about the work being done at Care Oregon and I'm grateful to be part of this organization, blah, blah, blah. Extend my support in pursuing credentialing status. Yeah.
Yes, she did submit a request for North Star Psychiatry or whatever to be, and it did get, so if we want to circle
Does it
back,
need to be taken away if she's gone? Or like, how does that work?
we can, I've never had this situation happen before, but I mean, I'm assuming that the organization is still going to do continuing education courses, but
Can we add that for next time
Yes,
to
yeah.
have the list of all of the approved credentialing bodies to review?
yes.
With that, what's the process for review regarding the credential? Meaning, wait, in this case, she's making a recommendation to potentially take that away.
This would be a
It would
first.
be good to understand what's the due process related to that particular, because she's
Actually-
taking away a right.
So the way that they got approved was I gave them the rule and they're like, I said, you have to send a letter that shows that you meet every one of these rule requirements and how.
Mhm.
And then same way she did for this.
Yeah.
for Care Oregon. And if you guys think that the evidence that they gave meets the rule requirement, they're approved to go on the list of the board approved credentialing bodies. So we could just basically, we could follow up with them and say, like, do you still meet these requirements?
Mhm.
If so, like, let us know how.
Yeah.
That could be something to do.
I'd be curious about the initial application for North Star Psychiatry. Because what I'm wondering is like, did she, build it out? Like, built a new, education department at North Star Psychiatry, or was she the education
Right,
department and now
yeah.
she's gone, so it's gone. So that's what I'm trying to understand.
Very good. Very good.
It feels safe to approve Care Oregon as a credentialing body. I think that whatever they've got going on will continue in her absence. If,
Yeah.
when she leaves, since nobody works somewhere forever, but. Yeah, like, cause she's like the professional development review team. I'm like, was it just Holly? Like who?
Yeah.
was
What
it at North-
team are
Yeah.
you talking about here?
That one was one I had to pop out to get the,
What made you go?
well, no, it actually, it's an outside file, wasn't in bot. I had to go to a link, I had to go to a download function
For this?
to get, to get the request for the Care Oregon one.
That's weird. You didn't have to do that on yours?
Mm-mm.
So in the window, when normally it pops up with a page of PDF, it came up with download PDF.
Oh, that's so strange. I don't.
I'm really cautious of that, as part, a little bit I was asking earlier, all the things we're touching here are on the public side of the conversation. So I am careful if I'm ever downloading anything else on my computer outside the security of Box. So now that potentially is exposing any
Yeah.
related things for the wild.
I'm not sure why.
I try to be really careful.
Yeah.
So it's like that one that with the link. It's like, I don't know if I want to do that, like, but I didn't want to.
Mhm.
But didn't, because if that was a confidential piece, I didn't want to create a copy or a touch point outside the confidential boundaries.
Yeah. It's smart.
Virtual world, lots of great fun opportunities and ability to share, but then you've also got to make sure you're
Mhm.
It's too easy to share.
Yeah.
due process.
can't believe of all the days of this.
I know.
Doing this part.
Well, it's a nice day out.
Yeah, they've been for this whole week,
I think
pretty
the whole
much.
week,
They've been
Mhm.
doing all
A little
Exterior.
refresher.
the exterior and interior windows, but they just happen to be doing this walkway cover today.
These are just examples of other. Yeah, this looks good to me.
The Central Oregon Association of Psychologists.
When thinking about, okay, when you're thinking about the relevance to the field of social work,
Mhm.
so that I'm going down here.
Clinical social work too, specifically for this one.
Was it? Okay, all right. But, and everything that some of the examples they gave, those are all, if I was a licensee and came in and said, hey, does this fit for my training requirements? The flyers of the items and the explanations of what if this was my pitch to you to say, I need
Mhm.
approval, it would meet muster.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And like even the titles, like Introduction to Polyvagal Theory for Chronic Pain.
Okay.
Using a Gottman framework. What's the other one? Mental health and wellness considerations for Native American individuals. Yeah.
I said autistic ADHD clients.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cannabis, mood, and anxiety disorders. Yeah.
Okay.
So are we? I think maybe you sent an email that I didn't see. What is the new plan for today?
Oh,
Should be
so
the agenda. It's probably right.
Yeah, the agenda- we had
Sort of.
yesterday was
Chaos.
it was like I felt so bad because our HR person was technically off yesterday, and so she had all this stuff to do, and basically like the governor's office, they wanted us to move our executive session to 9 a.m.
Mhm.
and because that like worked for their schedule.
Mhm.
And so we did that and we quickly posted.
Yep.
We got the transparency website like
Yep.
done, but then like there was like some issue with it. I'm not sure what Noelle knows for sure, but it didn't like post correctly. And so there was like a big freak out and it was like, okay, we're gonna revert back to
On this side of the conversation or the governor's side of this conversation? Or both?
like I mean like I think it was like mostly the governors, but it's like the stress gets put on us because it's like, okay, like immediately log on and like update this stuff like right away. And by the way, like we all got the email at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's like the end of the day and
Yeah.
they want staff to like update this stuff. And I'm like, the person who does this isn't even, they're like already off for the day and then they want it done. Like, it's just crazy. But anyway, we got it updated. They basically were like, okay, let's revert back to the old schedule and we'll just put executive session right at the beginning of the meeting. And that's like, why didn't we just do that originally? Like it would have avoided so much chaos, but
Yeah, I just saw this. Hello again. There's been a third update to the agenda.
like read between my lines right now. Also, I like had one of the worst migraines I've had in forever yesterday. Like it was a rough day.
Mm.
I haven't gotten like sick from a migraine in so long. Like I don't know if I can ever drink chai tea again now because but I feel like $1,000,000 today. So
Oh, thank goodness.
yeah, that's why like I was like literally adding stuff to box at like 10 o'clock last night.
I was like, why are they adding stuff to boxes?
Because my work day was from like 6:30 to 11 last night because I was just like dead to the world for most of the day. Except every time our HR person called me, I would be like, all right, I'm going to go crawl to the laptop really fast and do what you asked me to do.
Okay.
Been there.
It was so
I'm
bad.
not trying to diminish. I mean,
I-
it's just, but I can absolutely.
Empathize.
Yeah.
Yes.
When we had the wildfires years ago, right?
Yeah.
The tail end of COVID.
Yeah.
That's when I was helping. I got asked to go help all 60 field offices for DMV, which we were able to open 57 of them. When they were open and running under restrictions, if we could come in the lobby, not, and had appointments and all that, and then wildfires occurred.
Yeah.
And we had the smoke
Yeah.
and the AQI, the air quality index
Mm-hmm.
was through the roof in a lot of places.
500.
Yeah.
Stop counting after that.
Right. And so with legislators calling governor saying, not me, why was I closing DMV field offices because of staff health?
Mm.
In my role at the time, I also had responsibility for all the OSHA stuff for the
Mm.
organization too. It's like because of the AQI.
Yeah.
Well, if McDonald's can be open, DMV can be open. And my initial pushback was McDonald's drive-through is open. They're not opening and closing the door and letting the air in.
But still, they got to open the little
Yeah.
window.
AC system that's not built to filter. It's actually the AQI in the building is worse than it is outside
Because it's trapped.
because it's
Oh my God.
and
That's so unreasonable. Jeez.
Yeah.
governor and legislative leadership said keep them open. Well, then had staff calling out sick,
Yeah.
so I had to close it. We had no staff.
What am I
Yeah.
Why? Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Crazy.
So that now and a different set of logic to get to a decision than what a reasonable person would probably.
There was a lot of rearranging, and then also like they scheduled a 9 a.m. Meeting. Yeah. Sorry. Good call.
So, but we opened and we followed the rules and we so, got it done. But then I had some that were just had to close because there was no staff
Yeah.
because there was nobody there.
I'm like, who's like, AQI is 500, but I have got to get to the DMV today.
Yeah, well, there were because if you were on appointments,
Yeah.
and if you didn't get the appointment, you were another 60, 90 days out. And so there was a lot of different, I understood it all. It just was a really hard pressure moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then to try and get
A lot of pressure.
375 people across the
Oh
state
my God.
understand that as
The
well.
fact that you kept 57 open though, that's
Impressive.
amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is 2 hours still. Like our meeting right now.
Oh yeah, we have
We
until
have another hour.
yes.
But we could go back,
So-
right, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a lap
Yeah.
and then look at Wendy's rules and laws exam. I'll finish my pineapple, take a lap, and then look at it.
Is that from Noelle or did you bring pineapple too?
There's some up there.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think it might be Noelle might have shared some, for she brought like a container of it in.
Oh, yeah. It was with the yogurt. I said, I love pineapple.
I do too.
I gotta eat it last. And have a break. It's weird.
Well, it's literally like eating you, like pineapple, like the acidity, like if you eat too much, it's not good for you. Like it'll like break down your tissues too.
Oh,
Scary. My cousin had a big problem
I
with
didn't
that.
know that's why it made your tongue feel weird.
Yeah, like my cousin, like she would eat it every day, like multiple times a day, and she literally like had terrible canker sores because it was like like it's so acidic.
It is like kind of numb on this side. This is the side I was chewing it on. So I had gum graft on this side. So I said, I'm gonna leave this side alone. I don't love that.
Just everything in moderation.
Yeah.
I hate that saying.
Yeah. Oh, they're over here.
Get some progress.
Yeah.
forgot to highlight that.
Yeah, I'll go out and look. Come into the meeting from the outside back in again, see if it got updated. There we go. Now it's in the committees folder.
Yeah, I put it in the CE committee folder for now, but we can move it.
Oh, hold on.
I'm redoing the waiver rule because I forgot to highlight the specific portion.
Mindful that we're in public setting.
Yes.
For box, does the public have access to box?
No, anyone can request documents from the board meeting. It's never really happens, but if they're, like you said, they are considered public. And if we get a request for it, we would provide it. Sure, and I'll be right back. Morning.
Hello. We invaded the space here.
What?
It's like you spread out to try and take care of stuff.
She must be warm out there. She's wearing all black.
Thanks for creating the reference rules.
You're welcome. I'm doing more right now. It's just taking
Mhm.
its sweet time in here for some reason. Hello. Hey.
Checked on Brad because he
Oh,
was
you're fine.
messaging me a million times so this morning. He had an early appointment and then he's like, what am I gonna do? I don't work until 10.
Enjoy yourself.
Oh, he did. He went to Lowe's
It's sunny.
and was doing some shopping on Amazon. He got me my window washer. So
Window washer.
yeah, well, because we used to live on a third floor apartment, and so like we couldn't wash the outside of our windows very well, and it drove me bonkers.
Yeah.
But now we are in a single story duplex, and I can, with the right tools, height wise, I can reach the windows and wash the outside of the
So
windows.
is it just like an extending?
Yeah, so he
thing?
got me one of those because I want it for the cars too, to wash like our windows on our cars too.
Yeah, and like the roof of your car. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, the adult things that you get excited about.
Honestly. So going forward, yeah, I don't need these printed because I'll always bring my laptop. Sounds like we both will. But could you print the rules and laws exam for me? Yeah, so I can look at it.
Yeah.
That would be easier,
No problem.
I think, printed for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I love my mother-in-law has all of these like she doesn't cook. But it's every kitchen gadget you could. Yeah. I said, I'm gonna take some of these. My mom too, she'll buy like 7 different sets of like measurements. I was like, I just go and just take stuff. Like she had literally, I think it was 4 or 5 wooden like cooking like spatulas.
Oh,
Yeah, those that are made of wood. And I
Like, what do you need 5 of these for?
Yeah. She's like, that's mine. I say, you do not use 5 at a time. Ever.
Right? I don't ever imagine that.
Why would I spend more money on something when you have something that's perfectly fine that you're not using?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I'm taking this. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Like, I am your child. Thank you.
I earned this.
Nope, I did that to my mom last time I was up with hers. She's like, oh, I got a new salt and pepper shaker. She got me like these antique like milk glass, or they're like that mint green milk glass. And she's like, they're so beautiful. And I was like, oh, so can I have your old ones? She's
Yeah.
like, actually. I'm like, oh, perfect.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah,
Like, if you say no, I'm gonna steal them. So
you can consent or I can either
Right.
way. They're mine. I love music. I know not everybody, but a lot of people like music. I love music. I love live music. I love the good quality, whatever. So I was thinking about getting a record player, and I was like, no, I'll just get a CD player. Went to an estate sale, like happened upon one, and there was this CD cassette radio, like from, it says June 1994 on the bag.
oh,
Like it was perfect condition. It looked, they never set up the speakers right.
yeah.
So, or they never like wired them correctly. So I don't think they really used it. I
Yeah.
tested it at the house and I was like, no, this is mine. It's $62.50.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I asked my mom, I said, hey, can you mail me these like few CDs? Because they are like multiple towers of CDs. So can you mail me these few CDs? Like I want to listen to them, but I don't want to buy stuff that I don't already have at
Yeah.
home. So those are my CDs. Where is there a CD player in the house? When have you ever used it? So I'm going home next weekend and I'm just gonna fill my bag.
Take a box. Just be careful, they get heavy quick.
Yes, they do.
Put it in my, I'm not planning on checking anything, so I'm just gonna roll everything around.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
where my husband and I were talking about doing that for road trips because we loved, like, especially in the summer, just going on drives.
Yeah.
And so we live out near Mill City, and so like going out there's lots to do and like lots to see. And so I was like, well, we could never agree on playlists, like and stuff. And so I was like, why don't we just do CDs? And then each of us picked 3 CDs to put in my CD changer.
Yeah.
Just random CDs.
Oh, I love that.
He's like, actually, I love that. So we're gonna start thrifting and going and looking for CDs like from our childhood and stuff.
We were in the Bay, like San Francisco, well, more like San Jose. We were over there a few weeks ago and there were signs for estate sales. We're like, and we went.
Yes.
There were so many, I got like this many CDs and then we got some other stuff too. And he was like, it's, half off Sunday, da, 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 da. It's like $9. I said, you didn't do that math right, but that's okay. I think you're just trying to get rid of stuff at this point, so I'll take it.
Sold.
Yeah, sold. Yeah, I love CDs. And then I play them so loud. And my partner's like, "Could be a little quieter." It's like, oh, no, it can't. I want it full volume. I want to feel it in my body.
Full body.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They were like, oh, can our friend come over for dinner? I was like, yeah, I'm the cook. So they asked me, yeah, like, she can come over for dinner. And they're like, okay, what do you need for help? I said, I need you to leave because I'm going to play this music really loud and you can't turn it down. I said, okay. They left.
I'll make myself scarce.
Yeah. It's like, just don't tell me to turn the music down. That's all I asked for.
It's so funny what things become your love language as you're in a relationship.
Not just CDs are wonderful related to there's nothing like vinyl. It's just something about vinyl that you want to every once in a while.
Yeah.
Something about it.
My grandma has a vinyl player or record player and a bunch of vinyls with all music that she's 92. So it's like a bunch of like 70s and like disco and like funk and da, da, da. So I want that, but I'm not going to buy it. So I'll just pay to I have your record player.
When we got married, blended our vinyl collection. Near to the wall, maybe individual records.
Wow.
And then it's when CDs were just first coming out, and we had both joined Columbia or BMG or whatever early on when you could do
Oh, they had like subscriptions, right?
subscription.
Yeah.
Subscription plan. We were
Yeah.
early on, so we have about 2/3 of that, maybe the end of the table to the wall. That's just CDs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I need to figure out a way to store. It's just kind of sitting in a place right now. It's not like, we still need to find like a good storage solution. I don't want to put like a long table under this thing where it is. So right now it's sitting on an old nightstand in a chair. And then I put one of the speakers in. There's a little like the living room area. It's like the couch. And then there's the like the wall that goes to the outside. And there's 2 little windows on the side of the like kind of built-in, gas fireplace. And the window's open, so I put one of the speakers in the window, so that way when we're outside, I can just open the window and turn the speaker. There you go. So, yeah. I think it's still my mom's CDs next week.
The things you look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Those glimmers.
So do the supervisors take a test currently? Is that what's all the black is, and then the red is new information?
No,
Oh, it didn't come red here. Yeah, it's red on here.
no, the supervisors took a different rules and laws exam. It was just the general rules and laws exam that everyone takes just to get licensed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like the jurisprudence
Yeah,
exam?
the jurisprudence exam.
Oh,
So basically, like, we were thinking it would be a good idea to have a jurisprudence exam that is literally just regarding
Yeah.
the supervision piece.
yeah, that makes sense.
Because, we do notice some supervisors want to use a little education.
Yeah. To get really focus on those specific rules. Yeah, would be helpful. And then as far as did we settle on a name yet for it? Because we'll want it to be different from.
No, I mean, they're not gonna be approving anything today.
No, that's fine. I was just wondering if we had any ideas.
Probably just the supervisor jurisprudence exam.
Okay.
I mean, that's what it is.
Works for me.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure there's a difference on the website.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, since I'm
I mean, we could even just call it supervisor.
trying to
yeah.
fix the website.
Yeah.
And it would just be like pass, not pass.
Yeah, I would probably, the same structure as what we had.
Or also open.
It's open,
Book
but
or
yeah,
whatever,
because they
yeah.
can reference the rules online. And I mean, for the regular jurisprudence exam, we require 90%, but people can retake it as much as they need to.
Yeah.
It could be as high as we'd want it to be.
Could be as high as we want it to be, and it's really just our way of getting them to learn the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a mechanism for that. Make sure like they're saying, yes, I actually reviewed these.
Yes, yeah.
We don't need to change any rules for that either, right? Because it just says,
No.
it just says OER exam or laws and rules exam. And
Yeah. In the supervisor requirements section says that they need to take the rules and laws exam or something like that. An exam on our rules and laws. I think that's why we were like,
that's when it's vague like that, so we can't use it.
I think some of the
little more
vagueness is intentional. Works out.
The request of this committee on this item is what?
Oh, it's just for you guys to like kind of take a first review. It's just Wendy's draft of a potential exam for our supervisors to take. I know this is all still super new to you, so you're gonna probably be like, I don't know, like what should and shouldn't be on here. But like, if anything on it doesn't really make sense to you, or if anything jumps out. I know Olivia, being a CSWA, this is gonna look a lot more familiar to her. So feel free to ask any questions as we go along.
We have the national organization,
Yeah, ASWP.
right, that has proctored exams and tests. Is there a supervisor exam or test through that?
No.
So Oregon's adding this for the reason of,
Well, it's not necessarily an addition because supervisors already take a multiple choice question exam that we put together ourselves, and it's 32 questions, but it's a exam that's over all of our rules, like everything. And so we were thinking it'd be good to focus the exam for supervisors down to only the rules that are applicable to supervision.
Okay.
So it's not a new requirement. We're just thinking of like changing the exam that they're required to take.
but if I paraphrase this correctly, so as a supervisor, I'm currently taking a test, but it is far reaching beyond just supervision. It's also part of the discipline of social work.
Yep.
This is saying it's a supervisor test related to just supervisor expectations of what's established in statute or rule.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they all have to take that rules and laws exam to get licensed anyway. So like we know that they've passed it. It's just in rule, it's a requirement that they take the test every 5 years.
And they've got also CEUs.
Right. Yes.
Guessing red is things that have been added.
Yeah, but it still doesn't come out right.
Yeah, it doesn't print out
Yeah,
red,
yeah,
but
color.
Our
Yeah.
big printer will print in color for you. Just so you know.
That's what about.
Need
it's
it.
true. I forgot it does.
I know. I forgot
never
it
use
too.
that because my printer just defaults to the little black and white one. But
Color, we need it. Very handy change.
I was like, I know we don't normally need color, but like there have been times where it would have been nice to have. So I was like, I want that requirement because a lot of the ones that they recommended were just black and white. And I was like,
I was thinking about all the times you've gone to legislature to do like the one pager, like
pamphlets and
events.
stuff. Everyone's
Would have
were
been
in
nice.
color, like they looked all nice like that. And, like ours looked wonderful because we made it, but it was like just sad.
It didn't stand out because the colors weren't. It wasn't vibrant. It was just black and white, which we can make it if it's going to be black and white. We could make the contrast more
can work with it.
Yes, but you have to, yeah.
It's like every time I create a PDF, like, and I have the folder open that I'm saving it to, like the file, I have to totally close the folder and reopen it to see the file in it. Like,
There's not a refresh.
Is that in the box or is that in,
mine just files
Just your files?
Yeah, that never happens to me yet.
you don't have a little refresh circle at the top of your screen?
Like for in the file folder,
You need to update your laptop.
I've never refreshed a file folder before.
Yes.
Oh, there's the thing.
Yeah, so when you
That's crazy.
upload it, you can like refresh it.
I
Yeah.
never have to do that, so
I
wow,
spend way too much time in my file explorer.
that is wild. I've never even paid attention to that before. I've used the up arrow right next to it a million times, but I don't even think about that. That's funny.
Questions on this? So,
Yes, please do.
question number 4. Got capital, plan change. Those are both capital letters. So to me, that means that's a formal thing. Or
I think
change may and meant to be.
we plan change is kind of like almost like a proper noun around here. It's like
Okay.
it's the name. No, yeah.
But then would just there'd be a note to make sure that throughout the rest, that's
Keep it
consistent.
consistent.
Because
Yeah.
Later,
We're
plan,
gonna see that a lot.
there's also plan of supervision.
That's why I'll get my hands on it.
This is a draft.
Appreciate the feedback for sure.
And then otherwise I saw that it was like, okay, for number 9, for a plan change, the lowercase.
Yeah,
And
we
so
gotta be consistent.
I don't know whether that's, you're saying, I got this in the plan, I'm gonna change it, or is it a formal name? It's an item.
Yeah.
Make a decision on, we call the formal name being a supervision plan and then a plan change being the action of changing the plan.
Yeah, because in here on 6, it says plan of supervision,
Yep.
7, plan of supervision.
Yep.
So did we?
Yeah. So, I mean, I agree. Consistency would,
Little 10 says plan supervisor.
this is what I run into editing the website too. We've run into issues where if they're called multiple different things, and I think that's why we're getting so many questions about, I don't know if this is the right thing.
Mhm, yeah.
So,
You have been doing an awesome job at cleaning up the website. I know, but it's still got a lot of work ahead of you. Poor thing.
I don't know, resources.
Make sure to use anything that's in rule and the definitions or in the definitions of the rule side that questions are equal to and mimic and match the rules and or statutes.
Yeah, on that,
The language in the questions or,
Well, both, but also think, so like, for instance, under definitions, it says plan of supervision.
Right.
Capital P, that's it, plan of supervision, nothing else in there. So. But just want to make sure everything is in harmony
Back to
across the different ways that someone could look at it.
yeah, like
Sorry.
even later on question 20, it says which of the following is a requirement? I'll say step 32, but which of the following is a requirement to be a plan supervisor? That's the first time it was written like that. I was like, oh, plan supervisor, is that a different kind of supervisor?
Yeah,
than the
that's
other
right. Be
supervisor?
different.
Yeah, and then on question 24, how does an Oregon LCSW supervisor? And that's the first time that's written like that. So yeah, the consistency is kind of all over the. It's inconsistent.
Yeah.
The inconsistency is consistent.
Yeah.
I think I put an extra chair over there for Wendy because I wasn't sure if she was gonna be here, so. There's,
That's why it's like almost 11 doing
I should have brought my laptop home. I could have been helping do something.
Okay.
rest yesterday during the day. But I know Sherry called me. She's like, "Oh, the kid." I'm so sorry. And it's like, "Do you have her direct?" But I'm like, "Do you want her direct cell phone number?" And she's like, "Yes, please." And then I read her the
She
number.
had it. I gave her the.
Did she say anything about your phone number to you?
No, but she's like, "This is yours, right?" And I was like, "Yep, that's me." Like, no one wants to call that number.
That's kind of handy.
It's so no one else has a number near that. Like everyone has similar numbers, but like mine is that. Like
She was like, "I would have asked to change it, or I wouldn't have even given it to you."
Jazz signed it, so I know it cracks me up.
And then for 27, a CSWA may only participate in independent practice capitalized.
Independent practice is capitalized.
Yeah.
Oh,
If, and then they list the questions, but I wrote on the side, the whole point of being supervised is you can't practice independently. So what does, and then the responses are they also practice at an approved agency and meet all CSWA requirements. I don't understand. That's the right answer, but I don't get it. And then if the supervisor is aware of it and signs the plan, if they're contracted with a 1099, as long as the work is clinical, it meets the definition. And then it has a definition of clinical, but this is confusing.
It is confusing.
like it.
Well, that one can be clarified for sure, but to answer your question, like CSWAs are not like the point of a CSWA is that you're not just going into independent practice
Yeah.
after you get your MSW, but like we like legally can't stop someone from having supplemental employment on top of their agency work where they are like practicing independently, but it has to be supervised. So, but then it's like the supervision hours don't count. So it's like the most confusing thing. And they're always like, I don't know how to do my reports if I'm doing this. And
Yeah.
We need to do is this potentially like we need to do a rule change about independent practice or something?
I know
If-
Kyle has mentioned it, but I think maybe, yeah.
if it's a concern,
Yeah. Because
I mean,
you guys,
That is a cost. I mean,
because there's some people
the
who
whole
just
point is that you're not practicing independently. You are not supposed to do that. So what is the point of then having an independent practice? Okay, you're supervised, but the supervision hours don't count for that. So what are we doing?
it's confusing. Like staff had a hard time getting our head around that too. But I think that one of the things was like some CSWAs, like while they're working in an agency, they're not even like it's technically a volunteer position. And so like
How is it technically a volunteer position if they are supposed to be employees of the agency?
that's a good question. Yeah.
because we don't have a definition of employee.
Because I think we took out like the board modified the agency definition
This is what conversation.
years back and they like broadened it, and in broadening it,
Why was it broadened? Do you know?
I think people were just having like a hard time finding places that met the definition of agency. And like I know one of the reasons was the rule like was archaic and it was like from before there were a lot of online options and stuff. I don't fully know
Okay.
the answer to that, but There's
Kyle
things-
might have more of an answer
yes,
for that.
there's
Yeah.
there's things about that rule drive us crazy because it's like it doesn't really it's like we want to enforce like no practicing independently, but then like people could easily be like, doesn't say this here.
Yeah.
And so
And the rules like contradict themselves at
little
points. It's like so.
yeah.
Hmm.
So it's like, I mean, they're not, I mean, I guess they technically are practicing independently, but they're still supervised. So it's just like having side work.
But if the
basically.
supervision doesn't count,
I know.
That's kind of, I think that was, this is an assumption, but my assumption is that that was the deterrent to try and keep people from not doing it, even though they technically.
but they get to count the clinical, so they get to count the clinical hours in independent practice, but they don't get to count.
no hours. Sorry.
None of the hours
None of the hours count.
But they have to have a plan of supervision and be supervised.
Because the plan
So
of
what is-
supervision requires you to work in an agency. That's how we can say these hours don't count.
Mhm. Yeah.
I feel myself having a strong reaction to that.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I mean, not illegal, but like that's the only word I can think of. Like that feels like
It's like
Because
a
then-
loophole.
Because then you're not, so if you're doing that, I guess as a CSWA, you're still regulated by the board, but the independent practice don't like that at all.
No, it's a really
very
easy
sticky.
gray area.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That,
that came out of the change of an agency definition.
I mean, I think I don't know about that, but like talking about not having to be paid, like someone could have a volunteer position in an agency and they're still considered like an
Mhm.
employee.
Why are they considered an employee if the title is volunteer?
But I can tell you, for me as a state agency, if I had people that volunteered, but they were wearing badge like at an event or county fair or something like that, they had to follow the state's rules as if they were employee. They couldn't
No.
drink, they couldn't, you know, but they volunteered to be there and be at a booth to answer questions about car seats.
So we regulate social workers. We cannot regulate the agencies they work at, but that seems like another way that agencies get to make money for people doing free labor and not paying them. It seems predatory to do it that way. And then what? So you're a volunteer in an agency, you're making money for an agency, but you're a volunteer. Oh, your hours count, but you can't actually like make enough money to live. So now you need to go and you need to be in independent practice. By the way, none of those hours will count. You might get paid, but that just like continues the
It's not-
exploitation of social workers.
Feels odd.
Yeah.
Part of what you're talking about too, a little bit different than my situation is that people aren't making any money.
Yeah, volunteering at the county fair is different than rendering mental health services.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what, yes.
I think where that comes in is I know Volunteers of America and some of those other, like Red Cross has volunteer
Yeah.
positions where people go and they are volunteering across borders or doing stuff like that. I don't know if that was the consideration. Again, that's an assumption.
Seems like an absurd consideration if it is one, because how am I as a CSWA going to make my hours, get my license, make a living strictly volunteering with the Red Cross, and then having an independent practice on the side that doesn't actually count towards my hours? That's absurd.
But could there be people that are wanting to provide a service, not be paid and volunteer? That they choose to do so. But when they do that, they still have to follow all the rules because they're providing a service.
In theory, yeah, again, this is me having a strong personal reaction to it, but like super social workers are, which is part of what what comes up in this alternate pathways, are thought of as like the lesser of all of the mental health types.
Yeah.
For an MSW, you can do it full-time or part-time. Full-time would be 2 years, part-time, I think is like up to 4 years. You can also do advanced standing, which is if you got your BSW, then you could get your MSW within a year. But you do that, you work 1,000 to 2,000 hours where as a student, where you are paying your institution for the course credit to be an internship, but you're not paid by the internship. So you're providing 2,000 hours of free labor. You are paying to provide 2,000 hours of free labor. Then you graduate, you become a CSWA, you're underpaid because the skill level, you don't have enough skill as an LCSW does. I forgot what the point was, but I hate the exploitation.
I appreciate the explanation.
Yeah,
I guess, yeah, given that context, it's hard for me to imagine someone who's like, which is another common, especially, I think I don't hear it as much with LMFTs or LPCs, but as if social workers just do this out of the goodness of their heart. It's no, I do this because we work in late stage capitalism. I enjoy my work, but I also need to be paid for it.
I'm just thinking
Yeah.
like Doctors Crossing Borders or things where people that are licensed are going to provide a service.
You are being licensed.
Right, well, but I'm saying, they're going and providing a service, but not being paid. But they have
Yeah.
to follow the rules and regs of their profession.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying.
This pocket could be that scenario. from that.
Genuinely have no idea who that would be.
I-
Being a CSWA, like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't imagine
That's a,
volunteering for that. And not having it count, like it's already so exploitive at all these other different places.
I mean, not all the people who want to do like side independent practice are volunteers.
Mhm.
Like some people just, they're working in an agency, but they also want to like make extra money.
Make extra money, they want that
At a higher rate.
and want experience with
Mhm.
clients, even if the hours aren't gonna count.
But it's
Have people
also,
out
they're like
there.
not billable hours, you know, so it's like whoever
So
they're
it's
seeing
private
is,
pay.
yeah.
Yeah. Because you couldn't be billing insurance by yourself.
Right.
Hmm.
I mean, how many people do you guesstimate are doing beside?
I would say we get about a call from one person probably every month, every couple of months.
About independent.
About end up being able to start an independent practice. And
Mm.
oftentimes I'm noticing it's late stage CSWAs, so people who are
Looking at
practicing for a
transition.
long time and yeah, they're looking to build up their own client base
Mhm.
before they move out of their agency.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's usually a lot of the phone calls. And then other ones will be someone from another state and they're applying. They've
Mm.
already been practicing in their other state for a long time. They have a client base, but they maybe don't meet our hours or some of our requirements or don't have the ASWB exam or whatever.
Mm.
So they have to apply for the CSWA. Yeah. So it covers a lot of scenarios
Mm.
that can happen and it kind of it gets very gray really quickly.
Yeah.
So I know that that's kind of where but it's when it seems to be to use a loophole.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's definitely times where someone will be on the phone and like, oh, well, what they're really trying to get me to say is, yes, you can have an independent practice. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like I can't. I'm gonna say that. Like, yes, but, or
Yes, and.
sure, and
Mm.
can't legally say.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Hold on, let me patch you through to Kyle.
Yeah, right?
Mm,
Only we can afford to do that.
right.
Okay.
Hmm. Tough.
Are you gonna manage the meeting today? Or do you want me to?
Doesn't matter to me. I mean,
Are we leaving your laptop in here for the recording?
that's what I was just wondering, like, it's still gonna record on the screen, right?
It doesn't record. Well,
Unless I would, because if I just stay in the meeting, but I'm not,
if we have to leave
I'll just
for
put
the
my
past,
laptop in here.
and then Molly can just stop and start the recording.
Well, we can just stop it as soon as we leave, because they have to start on public session.
Right, and then we'll stop it, but then they'll have to restart the recording, right?
Before we walk out.
Yeah, for that. Okay.
That's fine.
I know last time at our April board meeting, we had to do something similar. Yeah, Molly just went ahead and did it. So she's like, I just hit this button, right? I said, yep.
I know I'm always paranoid about that, because I'm like, is it gonna like, can you only have one recording per meeting? Like, that's always my paranoia. I don't know why. With Teams.
Yes,
Because do you just pause it or stop it?
I just stopped it. So I make a completely separate video file when I do it. So that way,
stopping it does that.
yeah, and stopping recording, it has to load and then you have to restart it.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, well, if we have to then having either Molly or.
Yeah, I mean, the
somebody
very
start-
beginning of
restart
it can just be us sleeping, that's fine. Or she could do it, either way.
That's why I was wondering if you were gonna leave your laptop or if you want me to do it, I can be fine.
You need yours to work though, so
A little bit.
just a little bit. Are these your oranges over here? I was wondering.
The lunch is here already.
Oh my,
Yeah,
that's early.
yeah. They're getting set up, but so we'll wanna take that into consideration, I guess. Well, figuring out when to break, but I don't know if we actually have any flexibility. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know when the lunch is
I mean,
before we go into exec, or right after executive
say
session, then
probably-
eat an executive session.
just do probably after. I mean,
Mhm.
you guys can eat whatever you want, honestly.
But, you know, you don't, people miss chunks of the conversation. It's better if we all break it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you
Yeah.
can take a break whenever.
Well, I thought, aren't there people, isn't the governor's office coming?
For this, yeah.
Right.
We're basically going, and then,
How long is that gonna take? Talk at it.
I think it's supposed to be like an hour.
Mm.
Cause they originally wanted it from like 9 to 10.
Say that out loud. Is there hot water somewhere, like a tap?
There's one in the
Was there one in
little
there?
kitchen, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm responding to,
Oh, okay.
I think it's Oak. Not John, but I just think Oak. Okay.
Yeah, I would let him know.
Towards the end, right?
But, I mean, yeah, it's just the consent agenda. They're not gonna be discussed. So if he's inquiring about a specific applicant, he could just let us know and we can let him know if they're gonna be approved today.
I think he's reapplying. He's a reapplicant, so he's wanting to know if this will be approved today. I'll be posting that after our meeting.
Sure. You can actually look on the maybe just email the box.
Oh, that was a different one. It was, sure would it be?
Hey, how are you?
Good. You're right over there.
Olivia, I was like, oh, hello.
Right over go well.
Oh, it did.
Good.
It did. It was very late last night. I came over.
This is something that wasn't in the wet and rain.
It wasn't. But I don't think my husband appreciates it when I come in because I only come home like once or twice a month. Like our relationship's like the National Guard. 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year.
Yes,
Yeah.
meeting. Once it's approved, I can just get it right up on there because our website is done.
Well,
Our website migrated over to the new version, so we are good to go.
yes. You don't even, I thought everything. I've got it.
Facing isn't different than behind the scenes.
It's an extra, I got an extra screen in my car.
yours. But we see.
Gives us a good one.
Bigger than mine?
I think yours is actually bigger.
Much smoother.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Brought you this.
I think so. It might be bigger. I prefer my RP.
You want that stuff?
I had to like,
hand
I
recording.
had to tell my IT team
That, yeah.
that I was no. Like, do you need something from my eye doctor about my prescription, how bad my prescription is?
Because you're on one side.
I kind of
you're
worked
on the
it.
other. It's like, okay.
Actually see better.
I'm not monitoring.
It was a little bit of a fudge, but also like, not really. Like,
Again, don't make people prove that they need it. Just give it to them.
Other than it's look, now that I put that
name
name
tags around because I don't need to know who I am.
Exactly. That's-
I find it odd to say so. Although there's no public people here.
To do the trainings.
yet. I think I still, there I am. It's my call.
Who's the person that usually?
What's your name again? I was learning.
Kathy?
Kathy, yeah.
No.
Outland,
Like,
Kathy
Kathy's not
Outland.
here.
Well. Yeah, it was around those.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do I have a new pen?
I brought you, looks like a nice one. There's some more stickers.
Oh, yes, these are good.
Recording.
These are good ones.
Standard.
I'm super bummed out. I just ordered a bunch from our company and they,
It was the handout.
and I bought them.
So I just brought
and I
them.
went right and they feel scratchy and I'm mad. I have 100 ones I don't like.
Do they have a
It's,
protection on tip
yeah. No, these ones.
Oh,
But these, I've had these ones from ASWB.
this is the big, that's what I want. I had to sign something.
Yeah,
and
the
reach over,
gel.
grab it. Still had the little
Yes,
protection,
the-
you know, and- Put that one away. The one that's already been used.
Another year.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm gonna be
Go ahead,
interested with that.
Thank you.
If I am, I'm not sure is that the resources they'll send me.
It's free.
I'm reading a book. Putting in.
I have.
I've had that.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Oh, it's just, the good thing is it's, was it Broadbridge years?
You know, honestly, I don't remember.
It printed the right.
I've had cases where.
Yeah, yeah.
I already had.
Oh, great.
The draft. Brother, okay.
Basically didn't write it.
Oh,
In other
yeah.
words, it fabricated a
Yeah.
document.
They really want people to come to these things.
Claimed it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
got it. Yeah.
Thinking about
Like the arrangements for the new board member training, like they take care of
There.
SWB. just so they're
That
involved.
is their handwriting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other instances, you like, I think they'll
That
reimburse
is cool.
to and from the airport.
Yeah.
Right.
A
Your
lot of
food.
situations.
Yeah.
Like at an amazing rate,
And they
like dinners.
supply,
Like,
like,
really exciting.
it's by
The worst.
standards. They don't even use Fed standards.
Talks about just like
Way
all sorts of
more, like
history
dinner is
of like writing and graph and like just everything.
Dinner in DC.
but anywhere.
Oh, there are, hello.
Olivia, are you-
We muted.
Doing the,
So I have to
yes, right here. It's in front of me,
That's
ASW,
awesome.
new
Mute us?
for training.
Make sure Noel unmutes us before you started.
All right, we're good to go.
All right. Good morning. It's 11. Yay. My name is Amy Ashton Williamson. I'm the chair of the Oregon Board of Licensed Social Workers. Thank you, folks that are in the room and online. We are going to do just a quick roll call for board members. And then if folks who are in the room would like to introduce themselves, that would be great. I'll start and we can go around in the room and then we'll go to online. Amy Ashton Williams.
Good morning, Troy Casales, public member.
Good morning, Kyle Martin. I'm with the Department of Justice. I am a counsel for the board.
Good morning. I just joined Tessa Sugahara, also with the Department of Justice, a colleague of Kyle's, and I work in the labor and employment section.
Nicole Pantley, and I'm a public member.
Olivia Borman, CSWA member.
Molly Jansen, LCSW member.
And I'm Kim Coleman and I work for the board. I'm the board analyst.
I'm Noelle Johnson. I am a board staff member and I'm a licensing assistant.
Is it okay? I'll just call on folks online so you don't have to kind of popcorn around. Maya.
Good morning, everyone. Maya Crawford Peacock. I'm Governor Kotek's Executive Appointments Director.
Thank you. Mary Beth.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth Baptista. I'm the Executive Director of the Board of Naturopathic Medicine.
Thank you. John.
Good morning, everyone. John Pascal, Executive Recruiter in DAS CHRO's office.
Thank you. Sherry.
Good morning, Sherry Lauer, DAS CHRO Client Agency HR Manager.
And Amy.
Hi there, Amy Baker, Governor Kotek's Behavioral Health Initiative Director.
Thank you. We do have another person online. I don't know name or if they want to introduce themselves. Server.
Okay. Oh, there's someone in the lobby. Maybe we should bring them in and give them an opportunity. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
it's
April.
April, right on time. We're just doing introductions and it's you.
Well, I love that for me. April Roman, they, them pronouns, behavioral health advisor in Governor Kotek's office.
Great. And we have another person who also just joined. If you would like to, oh, it's Danielle. Danielle, if you just want to introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Danielle Flores, new Executive Director for NASW, overseeing both Oregon and Washington.
Great. Thank you. If folks would take a moment just to look at the agenda, we need to make any changes to it. If not, would entertain a motion for approval.
Just a question, for old business, doesn't have anything under there. Is it just like whatever is old business we'll get to then?
Yeah, I don't think that we even have anything.
It's kind of a standing
thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It may just be a pass.
Okay, I do have something.
You want to add? You want to the agenda, then you
Sure, yeah.
amend it.
Making a motion to amend.
Just need to add it.
Oh, add it because then we approve the agenda as amended. Okay. I looked at some of the qualitative responses and just put together a little alternative pathways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just some preliminary.
Yeah, just some like themes that came out of the survey that I saw and wanted to share.
Great.
Right under
Which
old
business. Or continuing business, really. Right?
Yeah.
Ongoing. Molly, I make a motion that we accept the agenda with the addition.
Thanks, Molly.
Nicole Pantley, I second.
Thanks, Nicole. Amy, oh, we have to do roll call. So Amy Ashton Williams, aye. Aye?
Yeah.
Or aye.
Rest
For ayes.
Troy Casales, aye.
Nicole Pantley, aye.
Olivia Borman, aye.
Molly Jansen, aye.
Great. So the agenda is approved with the addition. I just wanted to make a quick announcement. Ray Miller is no longer Executive Director with the Oregon Board of Licensed Social Workers. And we do have Kyle with us and Tessa with us. So we are going to move into executive session so that we can have further discussion. Kyle, this is where I read
Right.
my new script. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No, not after it. We just to read that.
First. Yeah. The Board of Licensed Social Workers will now move into executive session pursuant to ORS 192.6602F and ORS 675-540.
Nope, sorry, that's the wrong script.
That's mine.
You're fine. That was a me problem. Let me start over, y'all. The Board of Licensed Social Workers will now meet in executive session pursuant to ORS 192.6602F and ORS 40225, which allow the board to meet in executive session to consider written advice of counsel. All other members of the audience are asked to leave the room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on or otherwise disclose any of the deliberations or anything said about these subjects during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. No decisions may be made in executive session. At the end of executive session, we will return to open session and welcome the audience back into the room. For those online, we would ask that you now leave.
Stop recording and I'm going to restart it.
No.